So an innings that has stretched to close to 2 hours.
Bang on.
Bang on 2 hours. 159 for 8 by the Lucknow Super Giants, with KL Rahul scoring 74 of them. But strike rate, the highest strike rate anybody had in that innings was Ravi Bishnoi, 250. And the rest, if you count a top order batter, 136.
By Marcus
Stoinis. Now the two questions to all of you. Two questions. 74 of 55 at a strike rate of 132 by KL Rahul. On this particular wicket, do you take it or is he due for criticism yet again? Number one. Number two, on this wicket, have Lucknow just about done enough, considering that Punjab's batting lineup is pretty inexperienced? Gargi? First question you can...
Yeah. So, I believe for now, I think when Punjab come into bat, then we'll realize if it was really the pitch that slowed down the batters, or was it just the batters not doing enough. Because we'll get a comparison of what their strike rates will look like, but in this batting lineup, in LSG's batting lineup, it looked like the pitch was sort of an illusion pitch. It looked like a green top, but it turned out to be a slowish.
Yep.
It's again some new pitch similar to the old pitch. So you were playing on a new strip, right? But it didn't really look any different to me whatsoever. You may as well have been playing on the old strip, and I think you would have gotten the same result. So you're talking about KL Rahul and his strike rate. I mean, normally we know for a fact that his strike rate has in recent times been a concern. Not been able to score at a very big, not at a very quick rate, let's say. Today, though, whilst you can say that maybe, just maybe, he could have probably turned on the fireworks a little later, considering he was well set, knew what the pitch was playing like. Maybe the pitch didn't make it possible. So I'm going to hold my judgment for now, because I want to see what the Punjab batsmen do.
Rahul,
Slowed down. The question you're asking is if the wicket slowed down, but KL Rahul played with I think almost run a ball right from the start. I think he was around by the time he got to 30 or 40 runs, he was playing almost run a ball. So maybe it was a surface where I don't know what they had set the target in mind before they came out to bat the Lucknow Super Giants. But on a wicket like this, you have to calculate and then you have to recalculate the score depending on how the conditions are. Perhaps maybe they lost a few wickets in heap towards the end. Stoinis, Rahul, and then Ayush Badoni. They could have scored somewhere around 170-75. I think Lucknow would feel that perhaps, I don't know how they would rate this wicket. But Punjab would take it. I think Punjab would take it, although it is going to be very difficult for them considering the inexperience and maybe the quality of batting that they have in that lineup. So I think Punjab should take this score. Also, I don't know if the dew factor does come in towards the second half.
Yeah, it does because one of the when the interview was happening, he just touched it. It was totally wet.
Shahrukh did show, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. How much? That also depends. We tend to feel or think that the moment dew comes in, it's batsman's game. But it's not always, especially if you have good spinners, as in left arm spinners, leg spinners. At times the ball might just skid into the stump, so that also becomes a little risky. But dew factor does favor the batters, but you have to have a good start for that, I think.
Harshad, what about your assessment of KL Rahul's knock? On this wicket, needed? Because I'm seeing like many of our family members are saying that, right, he's played a great knock, but for Punjab. Now on this wicket, what could KL Rahul have done? See, he was 31 of 27 balls. The next 29 balls yielded 43. Was that the right approach? Do you think bang bang kind of cricket was possible on this particular wicket?
I think when the ball was hard and new, I think maybe that was the time he could have accumulated runs at a faster rate, because that's what we saw Kyle Mayers do. But if you look at the entire Lucknow middle order, they're almost just playing runner ball, and let's say Deepak Hooda's case, also Nicholas Pooran, or both of them, one of them in fact not even opening his account. They were all playing either just runner ball or even slower than that. So perhaps, yes, there is a little bit in the pitch that we all sort of got deceived by when we saw that green tinge over there. But maybe there is something in the pitch which made life difficult for the Lucknow batters, and that's why KL Rahul, it wasn't an innings laden with boundaries or anything. It was an innings which had mostly a lot of singles and doubles. So I'm not too sure if I can really be very scathing in terms of my assessment about KL Rahul's knock right now. There does seem to be something in the track which we all sort of didn't expect, let's say.
Okay, because now during the KL Rahul thing, when you're speaking about, there was one thing you touched upon, that was the middle order. We know that Lucknow Super Giants have a very dodgy middle order, and it comes down to potentially 3 individuals. Okay, many are stating that 2 of them, Deepak Hooda and Krunal Pandya, woefully out of form and potentially batting in the
out of position. Actually 3. Because Ayush Badoni as well. Because every time you do manage to get him in the playing 11 somehow, yes, you start him on the bench, but you always have him play. So there's actually 3 batters over there who are playing out of position. And that is where Lucknow, I don't know what that wake-up call is that they're waiting for, that or what gives them the confidence that no, they're still able to get the best out of all 3 players, when we all know as a matter of fact that they're batting out of their natural positions.
Yeah, that's the problem, and I keep talking about LSG and I refer to their middle order as a muddle order. That's because it is. Honestly, if you're looking at that, I would probably be, and see, Deepak Hooda is probably the only one who I say is batting at an okayish position, because last year he was mostly batting at 4. Alright, so fine, you push Deepak Hooda down to 4, put Krunal Pandya where Ayush Badoni is and swap them. Badoni ideally should be your 3. Last year he was playing best when he was coming in earlier up top. The problem there lies though is that you now have a Pooran who takes up a middle order slot. You now have a Stoinis who's also probably best at around 5. Here he's coming in at 6.
Yeah.
He too is not able to make an impact, because even though he's a big hitter, he can tend to sometimes take a little bit of time. He takes a few balls to get his eye in, then can go bang bang. He's not someone who will go bang bang from the word go. And therefore you need to be asking, I think Stoinis is a bit of an issue, because it's not just about the fact that he hasn't gotten much runs. He scored plenty of runs in their last game against RCB, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's not bowling at all.
Yep.
So are you playing him as a pure batsman? Because then he's not really justifying. He's not bowled, if I'm not wrong. So I don't understand their middle order. As I keep saying, it's a muddle order because it doesn't make much sense. It's a case of they have a good number of individuals but are trying to fit square pegs into round holes.
Right, do you believe they've got too many middle order batters? So many
Yes.
so that they don't know where to bat them.
Yes, they don't have a lower order. And actually your best lower order bat here, Krunal Pandya, you're batting at number 4.
Yeah.
Rahul, what has gone wrong with Deepak Hooda? I mean, just about a year back, we were singing praises about Deepak Hooda.
Yes.
He was like, we have to get him in, But then when he came for the World Cup, unfortunately, he didn't have a good time against South Africa. First ball, I think, or third ball, he got dismissed. Then after that, you didn't pick him at all. You played him in the series.
You played him in Ireland, you played him in New Zealand.
Yeah. Since then, he was not picked. Or if he was picked, he didn't get
Did he
time.
play against South Africa?
He played in that World Cup, T20 World Cup.
No, in the South Africa series
No,
that you had here in India.
No, because I think that series was being played by only those players who weren't in contention for the the World Cup. The World Cup players had already flown out to Australia, and the second string squad was playing that series. So he wouldn't have played that.
Yeah. So what has gone wrong with Deepak Hooda? Is it confidence?
I can't say about the batting position, because last year also he did well in that very same position, and you would remember the only international 100, the only T20 international 100 he scored. I think he opened in that innings, right? Or came one down?
I think he came one down.
One down. So you can say that you can argue if that's the best position for Deepak Hooda or not. But you know, I would still want to see Deepak Hooda, and Deepak Hooda should also realize, you know, he also has aspirations to continue to play for India, and he should realize that what is the best position that he can actually target as far as Indian team is concerned. If he does well here at number 3, you know, there could be a possibility that the selectors, team management would think that, you know, is there a place for him at number 3? Maybe yes today. Maybe if Virat is not there at number 3 in the T20 squad I'm talking about, in the T20 team. So possibly Deepak Hooda, if he does well at number 3, he can fancy his chances to play at number 3 for India. But if you ask me honestly, I think you should ideally your batting lineup should be KL Rahul opening with Kyle Mayers or Quinton de Kock, or maybe you can have Quinton de Kock at number 3 if situation does arise in future games. So the Quinton de Kock, if you are playing just one out of Quinton de Kock and Kyle Mayers, either play Marcus Stoinis or Nicholas Pooran at number 3, 4, then your Deepak Hooda, then your Krunal Pandya. So that ways you have Krunal Pandya is coming into bat at number 6.
GGK has got the batting lineup like 3 Stoinis, 4 Hooda, 5 Badoni, 6 Pooran, 7 Krunal.
I think I'll go with that.
Do you agree with that batting lineup, guys?
I wouldn't. I would bat maybe. I would probably bat Badoni a little higher and put maybe Stoinis or Hooda lower. But more or less, see, that's the problem. There's no set one answer. I'm sure if you go around the room and ask everyone to pick 5 or what they think that lineup should be, you could very well get 5 different answers. That is the problem. There's no set this thing that you know, okay, this guy is definitely playing here, this guy is definitely playing there. Everyone can play everywhere, and that can be advantages because it allows you to be flexible, but it can also be disadvantages because you don't have a set plan A. Plan Bs are good when you have a plan A. What's your plan A? I don't know their plan A.
Yep. But Akash Bharata is asking you, Rahul, that number 3 is Rahul Tripathi or Sanju now, and Hooda is primarily playing as a finisher for India.
Rahul Tripathi is not going to be playing.
No, you never know, because they did try Rahul Tripathi, and at least in one game he did reasonably well.
In New Zealand, right? New Zealand, yeah.
So at number, no, you are right to an extent. You know, Deepak Hooda, I think Hardik Pandya wants to have Deepak Hooda in his team, and that he has made it very clear also. I remember in New Zealand what happened, because Hardik Pandya wasn't bowling. And he knows his limitations when it comes to bowling. Hardik Pandya, he wants to have a player who can bowl, and unfortunately in the Indian team you have very limited options when it comes to all-rounders who can bat and bowl. Deepak Hooda gives you that option. So yes, if Deepak Hooda primarily, I think is your middle order batsman, but I'm saying if he has aspirations, if there is a vacancy at number 3, if the Indian team management or the selectors are going to continue with the same plan that, you know, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, just keep them aside as far as T20 is concerned, let them focus on the ODI format, then perhaps Deepak Hooda can eye that spot at number 3. But I think for him it is better to have a go at you know, in the middle order. That would be better for him. And you know, I think you've spent so much of money on players like Nicholas Pooran and Marcus Stoinis. Where did he come in that last game? At number 4,
at number 5. Number 5.
At number 5. So yeah, I don't mind you know, giving your best batters most number of deliveries to play. KL Rahul, it's a 120 ball inning. He consumed half of them today, and never got going. Maybe, you know, the problem with KL is not the potential. You know, it's good to take responsibility, but the problem is you have to have belief in your batting, in your batters also. Unfortunately, same is the case when he was
in Punjab Kings.
With Punjab, you know, he would take that extra responsibility. I am the one, I have to bat right till the end. That's not the case. This is T20. If Joss Butler, if the likes, you know, that England team, if they are going to continue to bat in that same template, then I doubt if they would have won that T20 World Cup then.
Exactly. So, Yudhvir Singh from Jammu is opening the bowling and got tremendous lift. I mean, he can hit the wicket hard and he troubled Atharva Taide. I mean, hopefully he makes an impact. IPL debut
Yes,
for him.
yes.
And we've already had 2 impact player substitutions. We've seen Krishnappa Gautam come in for Lucknow Super Giants and Prabh Simran in for Rahul Chahar.
Yeah, I thought that if they wouldn't have that collapse, maybe Krishnappa Gautam, not Krishnappa Gautam,
Amit
but
Mishra.
Amit
Mishra, yeah,
being
yeah.
the impact player, because they wanted a batter who could bowl later. So that is the reason.
Yeah. I think in fact when he came into bat, there was just about 8 deliveries left.
To be fair, one time they brought him in with just 1 delivery left and he came in at a 6.
Yeah.
So
yeah, last ball. I remember. Yeah.
Oh, has he gotten a wicket? Oh,
Oh yes. Yes.
One debutant gets another
debutant.
Yes.
Your friend,
I think it was just nerves, maybe.
not.
It could be because he could
But you
really
really
see that.
Why do you
couldn't
need
judge
to
well.
play across?
Cross. Yeah, you played across the line.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
would have played it anywhere with a straight bat, with a vertical bat.
Yeah. When you put yourself too much under pressure.
See?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Bad shot.
Bad shot.
Yeah.
also, it's not like they're chasing 190, 200. They're chasing 160. You can really afford to take your time.
Exactly. It does help if you play a few deliveries, hit them right from the middle of the bat.
But he was
Good-
struggling from the very first ball.
even a defense is good enough at times.
Gets
When
your
it-
confidence going.
Exactly. When it
Yeah.
hits at the
When
middle
you-
of
Middle
the
of the
bat,
bat.
you could have guided. But that,
Yeah. Oh boy.
I think that ball also kicked off.
Yeah, it kicked off, yes.
Yuzvini was actually getting some
I think
decent.
maybe that extra bounce
Yep.
got him.
First ball also, I mean, Atharva really had to stand tall and defend it.
Yeah.
And he's not a very tall batter. He's like 5'2", 5'3", so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5'2",
5'4",
Even then, that's
Even then, that's
5'4", yeah.
He looked taller.
yeah.
Taller than 5'4".
He's 5'4".
Yeah.
Anyways, if Shikhar
Don't confuse him with that 1 crore guy, huh? A priest who I was telling you about, somebody spending in the United States.
He's from the US. I thought he was from the UK. Sorry.
Shikhar, as it is, I think Shikhar is Prabh Simran. They got their match. Prabh Simran
is there, no?
So, for the 3rd consecutive game, Punjab have lost a wicket in the first over. Isn't it? Prabh Simran 2 ducks.
twice.
And
I actually have lost count. Oh, okay. I lost count the number of ducks that top order batsmen have got this year.
Yeah.
I think everybody, almost every team,
Has had that.
and that too.
But
not-
barring RCB, I guess.
yeah.
barring RCB, barring RR also.
RR also.
Samson twice.
Yeah.
No, openers or
No, top order.
Top order, then Sanju.
that-
Sanju.
Those famed cricketers.
Yeah.
The number of
The
ducks
best
back then.
Sanjus, the Shaws.
Yeah.
DK.
DK twice.
He got 1 today, and I think he got
Yes,
one
yes,
previously.
yes,
Twice,
yes.
yeah,
Twice.
DK.
2 in a row, in fact, for him.
And Rohit. Huh?
No, Surya.
Sky got a golden duck.
Golden duck. na?
So many of these famed cricketers.
Out of the 11 who might play the World Cup, I mean, we'll have to see potential 11 who all have gotten out for a duck.
Do you think it's is it the bowlers that are putting on too much pressure, or is it just that the batters are playing
I
that?
would say, first ball ducks, second ball ducks, it is very difficult to assess whether the player is in form or out of form. Because if you remember, the way Suryakumar Yadav got out in his last innings,
Oh, yes.
usually what
Yeah.
happens is those are the shots that are bread and butter for him.
Yeah.
Usually you'll find them sailing over the fine leg or square leg boundary.
Yes.
But last time what happened, so when luck is not on your side, shots like these on which earlier you would get sixes every day, you'll get out. And secondly, you are a bit tentative also to get off the mark. Every batsman wants to get off the mark, be it Tendulkar, be it Virat Kohli, be it Dravid, anybody. I think, and unfortunately what is happening is it is very difficult to assess whether they are out of form or not.
And with Sky, what's worse is actually those golden ducks, 3 in the trot against Australia.
He's got 4
Really
now
playing
in
on his
about,
mind.
In about 40 days time, he's got 4 golden ducks.
And also in the previous game against Chennai, down the leg side, Glove, imagine. Down
Yes.
the leg side glove.
So that he's out of form, maybe
out of
he's
luck.
out of luck also. And Surya Kumar Yadav, and I think the way he's been fielding, his fielding is not
the
helped.
day that he got hit.
He dropped
That's
two
what I'm
catches,
saying.
I guess. Yeah.
It does affect when you are, when you are going through such a form, such a poor form rather. So what happens is even when you're fielding
Yeah.
anywhere around the boundary, you're thinking about your batting.
Yeah.
And when you know that you haven't scored in the last game and you're fielding first in the next, then also you're thinking that I didn't get too many runs in the last game, and and suddenly you have an opportunity to catch, and then you drop a sitter.
And
It
then
has happened.
every tiny little thing starts to
Yeah,
affect
and
you.
it happens to the best of batsmen, not just Surya or anybody, but to the best of batsmen.
Yeah.
We saw Virat Kohli drop those 4 catches, one after the other in that Nagpur
Mirpur
match.
test.
Yeah.
Also,
Mirpur, yeah.
Mirpur.
Mirpur,
yeah. 3 catches he dropped on the trot
Yeah.
at the same position.
So
Do you believe T20 cricket is heading towards more bowling domination now?
I can't say bowling, because runs are still being scored. Players are scoring 5 6s in a row. Look at those high scoring. Even the match that happened yesterday,
KKR SRH.
KKR SRH. We thought that SRH would win it so comfortably. Eventually, what happened?
23
they
runs.
almost came. They came so close to.
Yeah.
They at least
that
got
task.
past the 200 mark, no?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So and the organizers or the custodians of this game will not let that happen, because in T20s people want to see boundaries, and
Luckily, Avesh dishes out 2.
and
As we
even the
speak.
broadcasters, I'll tell you, I remember some years ago, must be 4 or 5 years ago, I read an interview with Uday Shankar. You all would know who he is. So he was with Star at that time, and he was running the show, and he said, T20 is better in terms of revenue generation. T20 is any day better than ODIs. People watch them continuously because in ODIs you have those 9 hours, 7-hour games, and people may or may not watch them continuously. At least you have T20 is because people want to see batsmen score runs.
Yep. So, Punjab have made, after the first wicket in the first over, 3 boundaries by Matthew Short of Avesh Khan, who, by the way, has had a very torrid time in the IPL this year.
And last year.
And last year,
And last
exactly.
year. Yeah. When does Avesh never have a torrid time?
2020 was the last good season.
Exactly. The
21,
Delhi
right?
Capitals, when he was with the Capitals, and
That was 21, isn't it?
20 and 21.
20,
both.
20, yeah.
Oh, he bowled that last
over,
and
yes.
I think it was KS Bharat who hit him for a 6.
that I don't remember, but yeah, he got smashed for a six.
Done. I thought he was.
I thought it was bold.
Yeah.
That ball
He
came in.
nipped in, yes.
Nipped in
swing.
and went away, isn't
Yeah,
it?
late swing.
Late swing. Yeah. Didn't it nip away?
No,
I thought it came in.
Came in.
So and by the way, he had a pretty decent domestic season this time.
Yeah.
For MP.
Yeah, for MPC. This one, it came back.
Oh, it hit us.
It is bad. I think they should have.
It should be bat first. It must be bat first.
Yeah, because otherwise they didn't appeal. on it.
Yeah, otherwise he would have been
Plumb.
gone.
Yeah.
Maybe going over the stumps?
No,
Yeah,
no.
but back of the leg.
Yeah.
Thought
125. That was bowled the slowest.
Again, no,
it's coming in.
He's teasing luck at this point.
Avesh, this is the reason why. See, on the basis of that one IPL season, Avesh Khan was fast tracked.
Yep.
For what reason?
That's why I say we should not. We should actually see what the players have been doing consistently over a period of time. So many players. Varun Chakravarti, he was sent to Australia, was picked in that squad of Australia. It was only later that the team management, the selectors got to know that he had an injured shoulder, if I remember correctly. In fact, see, he played the entire IPL season with that injured shoulder.
Yes.
And selectors and the team management, they were very, very unhappy with the franchisee
management, yeah.
and also with the player. So Varun Chakravarti, Rahul Tewatia.
Yep.
Fitness is an issue with Rahul Tewatia. and now he's not been bowling lately.
Yes.
At least in IPL he has.
Yeah, domestic he was, I think, the third of
Syed
highest.
Mushtaq Ali, he was in the
Syed
top
Mushtaq.
leading
14 wickets in 8
takers, yeah.
matches.
So fitness is an issue. You have so many players who've been fast tracked.
Yep.
There is a process. You play domestic cricket, you play the League Trophy, then you go to for India A, then you go to India. So suddenly, IPL one season wonder and
Chalo, get him in the squad.
first season is always easy because it's
Nothing to lose.
nothing to lose and you can say that.
Oh, look at
This
that.
time he didn't go for a duck. So second wicket, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
second wicket for
good
Yuvreej
one.
Singh.
Debut.
What a debut. And what a ball that was.
The wicket,
That came in.
the wicket actually went cartwheeling.
Yeah.
How quick is he?
There was 140.
140.
He's not fast, but I think he's nippy, skiddy.
Yep.
Another one from.
Yeah, 140 था. Wait.
हाँ गुस्सा क्यों हो रहे हो?
Wait.
Lucknow guy, na? Like, give him respect.
No.
Oh, this came in.
He's from.
Oh, that cartwheeled. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
in the
proper
stump.
cartwheel.
Simran.
Yep.
Bad se.
So Punjab are floundering in the chase of 100.
I'm not changing my prediction.
Yeah, I'm also not
Not this
changing.
time.
Not this time. Lightning.
That's it? LSG.
I
Yeah, I
think
predicted
except for Rahul,
Yes.
everybody said
Everyone
LSG.
Yeah.
You said
Rahul,
Punjab.
change of heart yet?
I'll go with Punjab.
All right.
Yes.
Rahul continues to back Punjab, who are
Yeah.
17 for 2. We'll see you guys after, I hope, less than 2 hours. Yeah. Let's hope this stays.
Sports Warriors is asking you guys if you saw
Yes,
Ganguly and
yes.
Virat.
We did. There'll be a video up on that soon.
What happened?
See,
After
honestly,
the match.
No. So who was it? Virat or Saurav?
I think it was a
Mutual.
teamwork.
Yeah. Teamwork made the dream work.
yes.
No, it seems as if Saurav.
I thought so, but
He
then
went out of line.
he
Virat.
smiled at Virat also.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you see the video, he did smile, but then he didn't. It's not clear whether he shook hands with him because Ponting is there in the middle of it, so we don't know. I think too much has been
He's saying
made.
he's about to come up with a video, and you're saying we don't know.
No, I know. I saw it.
He knows.
So what happened?
So they were shaking hands, and Kohli at one point, I'm pretty sure it looked like he was looking to shake hands with Saurav. Saurav went because why I'm saying this is because afterwards, if you go forward in the video,
Saurav
also
chose not to shake hands with the.
see, I don't know if he chose or not chose, but he definitely moved past.
Saurav is a very smart man. He
Because, you know,
knows everything what he will do.
And won't do. And actually, why I'm saying Ganguly because later on, I saw Kohli kind of look back as if to this thing, and Saurav had moved even further away from the frame. So yeah.
Dada is a very intelligent man. Intelligent as in he obviously I think maybe knew that what was about to come. Hello, Hanji Chandra.
Yep.
We'll see you after.
We'll see you after the match. Wanna come?
Bye bye.
Bye bye.